here are some hot new answers to some cool old questions that you left me months ago, which I never answered because I got a lot of questions and I made like 3 Q&A answering videos, I think. So I'm going to answer some of these questions that have been asked on the original Q&A video, which I posted in fucking February. So I kept you waiting for a while, and I don't even know what I'm going to talk about today. Well, I've already answered this question because people fucking constantly ask this, and it annoys me. Or they say something related to this. The top comment is, "Do you smoke weed?" Like, what? No, I don't smoke weed, and I don't understand how this should affect anyone's opinion about anything. I don't smoke weed. No. And I don't have anything against that. I just don't. And for some reason, people have been really fucking interested in that. I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe people that smoke weed like have this whole community, like they're bros if they smoke weed, and they want to invite me to the bro-dom. I don't know how it works. Of course, I have smoked weed, but it's nothing. I don't dig. It's not my thing. That was one question done. 2 minutes in. Do you use guitar tabs? The Capitan cunt asked me a month ago. The answer to that is no. I figured out the stuff I play on guitar. The guitar covers I post, I figure them out by ear because it's gratifying. And the few times that I've wanted to learn some song because I've wanted to know how to play some song, and I just haven't like been able to figure it out because the production hasn't been that good, or there's too much stuff going on and whatever. And I've like downloaded a guitar profile, and most of the times it's always sounded fishy. It's never been like completely 100% right, unless it's like an official tab book release. So I find my own ears to be more dependable than some guy who might like be fucking Lars Ulrich that has tabbed out some song. Next question, let me look for one. Just another drummer Just another drummer JG. What a name. Asked me 6 months ago, why you change over to guitar from drums? Well, I never really changed over per se. I've just been playing drums now since I was 7 or 8 or 6 or whatever. And I started fucking around with an acoustic guitar like probably at the same time, but I was always more into drums, and I bought my first acoustic kit when I was 11. So like drumming was my first instrument. Drumming is my first love and always will be, and probably the thing that I feel most comfortable with doing, which also means that it's the thing that I've done way most and that I have most experience of, like in all possible areas compared to guitar or vocals or whatever. So I picked up guitar, and literally picked up a guitar, many guitars over the time, and like started jamming out because of course, like if you possess the benefit of actually learning to play multiple instruments, of course you're going to grab it. And since it's guitar is a generic instrument, everyone plays guitar. You know, you can get cheap guitars everywhere, and everyone knows what you're talking about. You can talk to people about guitar stuff always. Then that's like the natural other instrument to pick up. It's not like I went from drums to violin or oboe, which are totally cool instruments. I'd like to play them as well. I'd like to be good at them. My brother plays the violin. He's a beast. Metal Angel 165, or the 165th Metal Angel, asked me 6 months ago as well, have you ever traveled to another country? If so, where? Who would you say you are most influenced by? Whoa, 3 questions. Answer, the first one is yes. If so, where? Well, I don't consider myself a traveling type of person. I'm fairly comfortable always in the spot that I am. I like to look at pretty pictures and pretty scenery, but I'm not going to get on a plane and travel and be freaked out because I'm a pretty nervous person when it comes to traveling, planes and shit. I don't like it. But I have been to pretty exotic places like Sweden and Estonia and Spain. That's it. Those are the 3 targets I visited. Spain was cool. It was a trip with the music academy which I studied at before since I was 10 until I was 20. It was a trip where the classical orchestra, which I played percussion in, traveled to Spain, and we had like this fucking, I don't know, like mini tour thing. So we played in all kinds of neat old places, like some old opera houses and like really cultural things, and it was neat. I liked it. And the food was awful. It was really greasy. I thought like Spain would be like all Mediterranean, like, you know, like Italy, that they eat fucking vegetables and salad all the time. I don't even know if that they do that in Italy, but for some reason I always think it's tomatoes and olives. Well, they didn't in Spain. All they did was eat like greasy stuff, greasy bread. We lived at a family, like a foster family, for like a month, fucking 2 weeks or something, and like every meal was served with a can of Coke and 3 lines of Coke. I'm just kidding. And it was always greasy meat and greasy bread and greasy this and that. It was pretty cool though. I liked the people, although they did not speak a single word of Spanish. I might as well have spoken Finnish to them. I mean, they didn't speak a single word of English. God damn, I'm super fucking raped out of my mind right now. Who would you say you are most influenced by? In what? I don't know. Iron Maiden rocks. Asked me 6 months ago. Probably doesn't even remember this question. Probably doesn't even know who I am anymore. The question was, do you believe in God, and why? Or why not? I am the sort of person that did not get the whole God thing when I was a kid. I never really bought into it. Like the stuff that we were taught in school, I was always very, I don't think so. Then I became a teenager, and for a while I was like, God does not exist. Fuck you all, I'm radical. Then I learned that that's what everyone says, so I thought, oh, you gotta distance myself from the mass. I don't want to be one of the sheep that says God don't exist. So now I'd say that I'm a fairly agnostic type of person, that is. Like, I wouldn't even say that I'm agnostic, I just don't think about it, because being religious is not my thing. I'm not a religious person. I respect everyone's beliefs. I think it's great that people have beliefs that they believe in. But my mind never ventures into the whole religious type of thing, beliefs or otherwise, because they don't affect my life in any way. I live next to a pretty nice church, but that's it. Can you re-record Ghost Blues? Morgan David Rosnicol asked me once in a lifetime ago. Probably I could. Probably do it right now. If I had an acoustic. I want an acoustic real bad. King3407 asked me this question when I was 15 years old. Do you like techno? Have you heard Benny Benassi? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? The first question was, do you like techno? Not that, like, not nope. Not the techno that is played on the radio in clubs or whatever. I find it fucking boring. Like, I do like electronic music. Electronic music was one of my first loves. The Prodigy, music for the Jilted Generation, in the early 90s was the jam. I loved that shit. And then, of course, Prodigy, Fat of the Land, and all kinds of... I used to listen to really obscure late-night radio broadcasts where they played some really, like, fucking 15-minute, like, jungle-influenced fucking house songs, and I'd be all zoned out and tripping and shit. I like that stuff. I also like 90s electronic music in general. Not the Europop type, but the instrumental thing, like Left Field, Fatboy Slim, obviously, the Prodigy, the old Prodigy, all that kind of stuff. Have you heard Benny Benassi? Yes. I don't like. How much would a fuck you? I think that's all. You have learned an amazing amount of information today, or right now, and none of it was from this video.